excited about our next guest. You guys know, if you've been listening to the show, I live and die with the New York Jets, and it obviously has been a very disappointing season, to say the least, but one of the few bright spots has been the guy on the phone right now. He is third in the NFL in tackles. He's getting his first true opportunity to be a starter on the defense this year. Jets linebacker Jamien Sherwood is with us here on DNR. Jamien, it's Jake Asman here. Thanks so much for a couple minutes this morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
For having me.
Yeah, so for you, I'm sure this has been a crazy year with everything that's happened with the team, but for you personally, Jamien, what has it been like really getting an opportunity to be a every down linebacker for the first time in your career?
It's just a blessing in disguise. Obviously, as a rookie, you hope to get a chance and get out there one day. And it's been a long time coming. Year 4, I finally get that opportunity. Like you said, it was a lot of adversity, a lot of ups and downs this season. But, again, it was just a blessing for me. And, I'm so appreciative for the opportunity.
When you look back on your career with the Jets, you're drafted as a safety, and the Jets come to you and say, hey, we want to convert you to linebacker. Take us back to that conversation and just the transition of going from a safety to a linebacker in the NFL, what that was like.
Well, before they actually drafted me, before I got the call that day, they had already told me that was the vision for me. And after my pro day, I didn't have the best pro day. Didn't run one of the fastest time or what I thought I could run. So that's really where I slipped into that linebacker conversation. But I wasn't afraid of it. I felt like I could do it. In college, there was times where I rolled down in the box and stuff like that. So actually, I thought it was going to be pretty easy when I first got here. So when I got here, OTAs was easy, because we're just in T-shirts and stuff like that. So I can do whatever I want. But when the pass came on, I realized how stronger I needed to get, how bigger I needed to get, because the O-line, they were good. They climbed fast. They blocked me. And, I can't get to the ball. But overall, obviously I transitioned well over the past few years. From year 2 and year 3, I say I took my mental game to another level. Obviously, I got bigger and stuff, but it was really the mental part, understanding where I needed to be, who was coming to block me, and what I needed to do amongst the defense to get to the ball and make plays.
Jets linebacker Jamien Sherwood with us here, one of the real bright spots for the Jets in a tough season. Third in the NFL in tackles, Jamien. I mean, what for you has clicked this year? Obviously, you're getting a chance to play every game, which certainly helps, and you're getting better as the year goes on. But what for you have you noticed since getting an opportunity to play what it's like to be an every down linebacker?
You need leadership. You have to be smart, and, you just have to be able to anticipate. Like I said, in my second year, it was about understanding the linebacker position. My third year, understanding down and distances, formations, route combinations. And ultimately this year, I put it all together. So before I line up, I'm trying to anticipate what I can get, eliminate what I can't get. And that makes me be able to play faster. So when they hike the ball, I know I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that. I can just be faster to the spot where I need to be. And I say that's the thing for any Mike linebacker in this league. You got to be able to anticipate, to be able to keep up, to be fast, to get to the point and make plays.
Jamien, there's a guy on this Jets team that has been a Jet for a long time, and he's been an all-pro Jet at the linebacker spot. He's also the captain of the defense, CJ Mosley. Of course, he's been in and out of the lineup this year dealing with injuries, but he said that he obviously has loved seeing your growth, your development since you've been here. How much has CJ Mosley meant to you in your career? How has he helped you become a better player?
I think God makes no mistakes. I feel like God could have put me anywhere, put me on any team. And, he put me on the Jets, and ultimately put me to sit behind CJ. I say he's honestly the reason why I'm able to play the way I am playing at this moment, because I sat there, I watched him, the way he studies, the way he practices, the way he plays the games, the way he does everything in that building. And without him, I wouldn't have the success I'm having, because not only as a young guy, you see a player like that, you might get nervous or something. You might not want to ask him questions, or it could be the other way. A guy of his caliber might not want to help you. But, CJ has been nothing but the biggest help for me. Any question I've ever asked him, he's always answered it. anytime I've ever texted him late at night, early in the morning, he's always responded with the best answer I could get. And again, just being able to watch him, when it was my chance and my opportunity, I always reverted back to everything that I've learned from him. So if he was 1 yard outside the hash, I made sure I was 1 yard outside the hash. If he was a little slow in his drop, I made sure I was a little slow in my drop, just because, to me, he couldn't do no wrong in my eyes just because of the player he is, the person he is. And, again, I'm just blessed to be able to have that opportunity to sit behind him and watch him.
Another guy I got to ask you about in that linebacker room, Quincy Williams. He was a first-team All-Pro last year, having another very good season on that defense next to you. What has it been like getting a chance to play opposite another All-Pro linebacker on the defense?
Playing against Quincy, it's kind of crazy because when I remember watching his first game when he got here, I was hurt, so I was just watching from the sideline. And, man, every hit that he hit someone, it was a massive one. He's super fast. He's super smart. And I'd say that, from that first year to this year, he's also transitioned his game as well, just becoming a smarter player, a leader. He was already athletic, but showing it even more. So just playing next to him, it forces me to be better because I know he's fast. I know he hits hard, and I know he's looking for the ball. So it forces me to play faster. It forces me to think faster. And, again, just having somebody next to him, he trusts and believes in me as well. He always lets me know, I'm a smart player, so call out anything I see. And, that's able to help me, and it helps him as well. And, we just able to play faster, and just I feel like we go hand in hand together. And, that's been a blessing as well, just to play with somebody like him.
Jamien Sherwood joining us here on DNR. Jake Asman in for the guys as we talk, of course, with the Jet linebacker who's had an outstanding season. And because of that outstanding season, Jamien, a lot of Jet fans are well aware you're a free agent after the season, and they want you back. I could speak for many Jet fans. I'd love to see you be re-signed. Have you thought about your future? Would you prefer to stay with the Jets?
I haven't really thought about it. We got this one game left. I plan on finishing this game strong. It's been a heck of a season, so I just want to make sure we go out on the right note. But to that question, obviously, if given the opportunity, I would. But I'm going to let God decide all that. When the time comes, it'll come.
Is it a weird dynamic because there's obviously going to be a new regime coming in, new GM, likely a new coaching staff, so there's just a lot of unknown on what exactly it's going to look like here beyond this game coming up on Sunday?
For sure. And, again, I feel like the organization will do a good job in picking who they want. And, again, I can only control what I control, so I'm going to let God control that for me. And if I'm meant to be here, then I will. If I'm not, then, I wish everybody the best going forward.
Another guy who may or may not be here is your quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. In your time going up against him in practice and being teammates with him, what has that experience been like, just getting a chance to observe and be teammates with a future Hall of Famer?
For me, it's been great. Again, having a guy like CJ and Quincy on the defensive side of the ball, to be able to go up against a quarterback like that on the offensive side of the ball, it's super fun. He makes practice super competitive. And, he forced us linebackers to work diligently. I'll say when he first got here, he used to control us with his eyes. We're taught to melt off the quarterback and where he's looking and where his shoulders turn. So he'll honestly put you in a position where he wants you to move just to throw it to where you were. And, that was super frustrating, super annoying. But, again, it taught us to be more patient in our drops, not to go off the eyes as much. And, honestly, Aaron's really the only quarterback who does that. So, he made practice pretty fun for us. And, again, just the competitive aspect. And, again, it's just another blessing just to play against somebody like that, to be teammates with a guy who's going to the Hall of Fame, as a younger player. As a young kid, you never think you're going to get the opportunity to even meet these people one day. So, again, you spend your whole time playing the game, playing Madden, watching TV, seeing these guys. And then to finally get the opportunity to shake his hand one day, it's just crazy. I would say the NFL really changes people's lives. Football really changes people's lives. And again, just having that opportunity to meet him is another blessing.
You mentioned Madden, Jamie. Let's have some fun with this. Which teams growing up did you play with in Madden? How is your Madden game?
No, I don't play Madden anymore.
You don't play as yourself? You never wanted to try it out?
Like if I'm at a friend's house and he wants to play Madden, I'll play it. But no, I say it took too much of my time up in college. But as a kid, I was playing with Jacksonville in 2017 when they were good. And I was thinking about this the other day. I remember my best friend when I was younger, he used to use the Bills when Tyrod was on the Bills, and he just used to run up and down with the quarterback. I never actually used the Packers, but I played against them, seeing Aaron and stuff. But I will say in college, the 2019 game, CJ Mosley is probably the fastest linebacker on that game. So I used just about a lot of different teams, but I never really had a team.
All right, I will accept that. Here's a question I have for you, Jay, before we wrap up. You're obviously one of the fastest players on the team, but who's faster in the linebacker room? Is it you or Quincy?
I mean, I would joke around and say it's me, but no, Quincy's the fastest linebacker. He probably had the fastest 40. I'm pretty sure he did on the whole team. No, he didn't have the fastest on the team, but Quincy's definitely top 5 on the team. So, yeah, it's Quincy in our room.
Makes sense.
But, I'm going to work on that this offseason. I'm going to give him a run for his money next year. And next year, I'm going to be able to say it's me.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jay, man, hopefully next year you're still on the Jets. It's good to hear that you definitely would prefer to be back, and wishing you all the best. It's been a tough year, of course, but you've been a real bright spot for this defense. So good luck Sunday. Finish it strong, and looking forward to hopefully talking to you again soon.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you so much for having me on this morning. Happy New Year, and I hope you have a great year as well.
You as well. Happy New Year to Jamien Sherwood, the Jets linebacker, 3rd in the NFL in tackles, and to me, he should be a priority re-sign for the Jets. The Jets have a lot of problems. Their linebacker room is actually not one of them.